Alrighties, you guys. Before you start, this deck profile is with our buddy Paul. He just got first place as Lucci. He gives great explanations about the matchups, so tune in for the spicy tech. If not, just skip to the end. You're a degen for the deck list. Alrighty, back to the video.
Alright, so start off just playing 3 Spandoms. If I could, I'd probably fit in a 4th, but 3 Spandoms feels like pretty much the right number. 3 Helmeppos, because you really want to be saying this card. You want it in your trash all the time, if not like multiple copies. We got 2 Spandine, or Spandine. So this card is very strong. It helps you get like extend extra value with your Rebecca's, and it lets you do that either from Rebecca from hand or off of Lucci. There's also been times where it lets me essentially play a Lucci for 3, and sometimes that's like exactly enough you need so you can like get enough reduction with like your 4 costs, and then also be able to pop it. Then we got 3 cost Brooks. So the Brooks, these are really good right now while stage is still available. Even like post stage, they're still really strong because they give you an additional reduction. While also, when they do stick, they can sometimes like essentially clear 2 things, like clear something on play and clear something on swing.
This is going to be telling.
All right. 4 Rebecca, maxing out on the Rebeccas.
Ooh.
Rebecca's just like one of your bread and butter cards. It lets you extend into the mid to late game. It's with Spandine off of Moria. It's extremely powerful, lets you get insane amount of card advantage, while also still being able to protect your life for free, essentially, or protect one of your characters for free.
All right.
We got 4 Khalifa, just 2K searchable by Spandom.
Yes.
The on play can quote unquote like fix your hand while also giving you a reduction on a -2. We got 4 Rob Lucci's, namesake of the deck, leader, everything. It's the thing that lets you like kill everything in the game. We got 4 Kaku. Another 2K searchable.
Alright.
Also, on play is still relevant, similar to like the Khalifa.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll use these reductions as necessary. So like this gives a -3 and Khalifa gives a -2.
Okay.
It is taxing on your yard, but sometimes like the 4/5 body is just good enough by itself.
Oh yeah. Sometimes body presence is what matters on some of these games.
Yeah. Then we got 2 Monkey D. Luffy. 5 costs, so this is like a tech for BY, and honestly if you can stick it in any matchup it's strong, but it's mostly there so you can play it on like your Tendon turn against BY, or like establish it early against BY. And on your the reason why I say on your Tendon turn is because you usually pair it with Sabo, so they can't pop it with their Rocket Luffy plus like some reduction.
Okay.
And then Sabo is one of the best cards in the deck. It protects you from the mirror, protects you from BY. It lets you filter your hand, and like this deck, it's since you don't have like Sakazuki's ability to filter all the time.
Yeah.
You're kind of wanting to always put like specific cards in the trash, get specific cards in hand. And he kind of just helps fuel that same plan, similar to like the Khalifa.
All right. Now, did you see any black yellow Luffy's today?
Yeah, black yellow Luffy was my first round.
First round? Okay. And then were you able to pull this off on that game?
Yeah, that's actually exactly what happened.
There you go.
On 8 Dawn, he showed, remove 2 cards, and then 10 Dawn, Luffy into Sabo, and they can't KO it, and then the following turn, just easy to pick them apart.
Yeah. All right. Perfect.
Then we got 2 Brooks. So Brook, he's just a phenomenal KO spell. It also has some niche application. It's like Nami if you see it.
Oh yeah.
Also is good against the BY Luffy matchup as well, and the mirror because of Sabo.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Of course, it's a great trait. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Best card in the deck for Moria.
Oh, yes.
You want to see as many of these pretty much every game, unless you get flooded on them early, which can suck because maybe you'll die. But best card ever. You get insane combos with it. I think everyone knows, like, you know, you get Lucci plus Helmeppo, and then you get like the extended one with like Rebecca into the Helmeppo, into the Spandine. So you get like Moria into Rebecca Helmeppo, and then Rebecca will either pick up Spandine or you have Spandine already in hand, and then you play Spandine, and Spandine will put out like your Lucci. Also, Rebecca can put out like your Brooke. And then if you don't need the extra reduction, it can just be so much value to just get your Spandums and like hope to
reach for the 2K.
Reach for a 2K or Tempest Kick.
A Tempest Kick, true.
Coming up.
Oh, there you go, there you go.
We got one E-Show.
One E-Show? Ooh, why the one E-Show? Just for black yellow?
I mean, it's just a strong card in the current meta. The only deck that it's actually like bad against is Archelaw.
Fair.
To be honest, like, and sometimes Reiju, but even against Reiju, they have 6 cards in hand, like quite a bit.
Yeah.
So you just get a Rip 2, and then like the reduction is very, very powerful. And it's kind of just like the tech choice for right now of like all of the boss monsters. It kind of just does the most value on play.
Fair, fair. Yeah, I can see that working also great for Enel, especially when they have like all their cards in their hand.
Correct. Yeah, and like any of these are really strong against Enel.
Yeah.
Like this one's very, very good, especially if you hit like, you know, 2 of their big guys like Yamato Ace or something like that. Then we got 4 Tempest Kicks.
4 Tempest Kicks?
Tempest Kicks, just like your new Great Eruption. A lot of times it's like worse Great Eruption, but honestly a lot of times it's even better Great Eruption.
Fair.
Because it gives them -3 and it lets you draw the card. So let you get the information off the top of your deck and let you choose your reduction as you please. And the deck is already trying to field the yard as much as possible.
Fair, fair.
We got 2 Finger Pistol. So Finger Pistol is like an amazing trigger. And it actually came up in my last game, triggered it
I
to
thought that
KO
too, but it was like I just had to
Moria
try to start
off
pressure or
of
something. Let me show you what my
out of blue
starting
Doki.
hand was.
And it's mostly there for like to KO Basil
well, this was my
or
starting hand.
just get like some wide amount of KOs.
So my
So you get like
hand
3
was-
KOs in a turn using it. And then last but not least,
I had 1K.
4 stage.
4 stage? Fair.
We still have stage for right now. Everyone's playing stage, so
Might as well abuse it while you can.
well, I didn't want to put myself at a detriment by not having it.
Fair.
It's free reduction. It's very, very strong against all the aggro decks. In combination with like Brook, it like controls early game, and then in combination with the other Brook or the Lucci,
So
just
this
can
was
control
my hand.
the end game Alpha Moria for sure.
Awesome, awesome.
I
Now,
literally
coming
missed, like,
straight back to
all
the
the cards in my
spicy
deck.
tags, anything that you think you would remove or anything else?
This was my starting hand.
So I mean, for this format, I think this deck's pretty good. I think there's like a lot.
Yeah, I didn't hit one Gadatsu.
a lot of choices to be made, but it's hard to
Well,
like
and I didn't even hit Rocket
actually
Rupees. Like, I
choose
wasn't
to
hitting
make that
anything.
like a
This was
change.
so bad.
When in reality the list felt very, very solid. Maybe
It was close.
drop a lobby.
We sat
Okay.
there
If I do drop, because like I don't feel like I need it every game, and I feel like 3 is a good number. So like maybe drop a lobby, and if I did drop it, maybe for Ice Age.
Okay.
So I still keep a reduction, but it's more flexible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you
perfect.
get more time, so you can go
I
like
was really
Ice
hoping you
Age,
didn't hit the second
Brook,
Rosenau.
Yeah.
like deal with stuff.
Awesome, awesome. And then so what were your full matchups? What was round 1 and how was that?
So round 1 was DY Luffy. It was actually quite easy. I think that they stumbled a bit,
Any way to get rid
okay.
of the Rosinante.
and then like Isho ate them apart.
I wanted to
Oh,
start
fair.
And
contesting
then
with Ophi.
the second round, I played against the
16
Mirror.
cards or
Mirror,
whatever.
okay.
Yeah, so he started out with like
I'm never
first
killing
Gecko.
these Dophies.
I was able to answer it without a
have to try to
Gecko, and then I
kill
was able to
these
draw my own Gecko. And then I was able to like just slowly swing that game. Sabos just eked it out. And then third round, I played against another Mirror. And that one, I had all of the 8-cost Morias, and my opponent only had 8-cost Sabo. And so it was like actually so much of a landslide in my
Yeah.
favor. And like I was even able to like BM, where I was able to like protect my Spandine and my Helmeppo on the field to like swing for fake lethals on like the following turn.
Fair.
Like, that's not even necessary at all.
Yeah, when you had
And
to all
then
those
last round I
searches,
played
like, that
against
sucks.
Blue Dofi.
Blue Duffy. Ooh.
Yeah, Blue Dofi, they didn't really draw very well or hit very well. Like he decided to put the 5 cards from his Dofi on the bottom, and then he blind hit, and then he blind missed twice. Those blind misses, like sure, like he didn't like waste much value. Like he only spent 1 Dawn for it, but it's so detrimental when I'm able to just like remove every body on his field very cleanly and like apply a lot of pressure and just clean up every 10 drop Kaido that he played afterwards.
Fair, yeah. I did see that. It was back to back Morios on that whole fight right there. I was like, okay, for sure it's a one-sided situation with 2, but 3, oh yeah, you for sure took over that whole matchup right
I mean,
there.
I had a 2 in my opening hand,
Yeah.
so it was like pretty likely I was going to lean on those and like win the game. And honestly, I didn't even need the 3rd one. It was just like, oh, might as well.
Might as well, right? I have it. Might as well do the job. Now, all right. Any cards that you would think that should get banned, other than obviously the upcoming ones? I know Moria was the big talk. Back when it was released, it's too strong. What are your opinions on that? Is that a card that should be hit or no?
So I don't think Moria is like too strong. I think it's like slightly too strong, and the issue with like removing Moria is it's like too important for a lot of archetypes.
Yeah.
Like the BY Luffy deck like almost doesn't exist really without it. Like
True.
they just become like a rushdown deck, and it's like, does that even have any spot in any meta? Probably
Fair.
not. Like the other black decks could maybe survive, but like Moria itself, like would be really hindered without having that 8 cost to like actually be able to close out games.
Yeah.
I know some people were talking about leader locking it, but I think that the card is probably fine for right now.
Yeah, for now.
I think it probably will become an issue in the future, but at the same time, even if it's not even if it might be an issue in the future, there might be reasonable responses made by Bandai to actually like answer it. Like you already see Blackbeard as like a good answer to it. Like Blackbeard itself, the leader can just neutralize it, and the Blackbeard deck can't even play it. So like maybe we'll continue on a similar direction, and the Moria card won't be actually that powerful and be like counterable.
Okay, perfect. And then at one of these finals questions, was this a personal deck list that you came up with, or anything, or did you like scrap it
it's
from
like
everything?
fairly stock, but I borrowed it from my homie Ryan Hartman.
There we go.
He got 4th place in one of the recent Peoria regionals, and honestly, I think the deck list was very strong. Like I would maybe flex around a few cards if I thought the meta was any different, but as it is, I think the deck's very strong.
Okay, and were you expecting to see certain matchups? And what I saw that there was like very little Bonnies. I think even just one today. Were there other decks you were expecting to run into?
I expected to see probably the Mirror, BY. I expected to also see like maybe some of the blue decks like Reiju, Blue Dofi, and I expected to actually see some RP Law.
Okay.
I figured there'd be people who wanted to play it before it left. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Any final notes that you would want to say or anything about this deck before we...
Deck strong, like stage maybe too powerful, like probably good that it's going, but I think like the rest of the shell is still like very good even without stage in it.
There you go. Okay, awesome. And do you want to do any shout outs before we head out? Any like call outs on anyone?
I mean, shout out to the cross score. You guys are awesome. You guys helped quite a bit, and I really appreciate you. I appreciate. Want to shout out like Impact and Kayfabe Cards. They also are quite helpful. And they help us keep doing what we're doing.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Paul. Enjoy the first place over here. Are we expected to see you at any further Treasure Cups today? Well, this upcoming week.
Possibly. I mean, I do play other games, and like there's some qualifiers for Magic this weekend as well. So I'm like deciding if I want to play in more of these or if I want to play in those. But more throughout the week, like on the weekdays for sure.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Paul. Take care,
Thank you.
okay?
Have a good one.